Somebody real is a fucking problem. Bring your girl to the crib, maybe we can solve it.
Hold up, it's a summertime. Taking hella long, bitch, give it to me now. Like it's in me up and now. Ooh, baby, like it raw, the shimmy down. ASAP, get like me. Never met a motherfucker fresh like me. All these motherfuckers wanna dress like me, but the phone to you don't make you sweat like me. Cause I'm the nigga, like how you figure, getting figures and fucking bitches. She rolling sixes for her bitches. I bought my niggas, they getting bent up off a nigga. She like my licorice, I let her lick it. They say money make a nigga act nigga rich. But at least a nigga rich. I be fucking girls like I be fucking bored. Turn this dyke bitch out, have a fucking bars. These I love bad bitches, that's my fucking problem. And yeah, I like the fuck, I got a fucking problem. I love bad bitches, that's my fucking problem. And yeah, I like the fuck, I got a fucking problem. I love bad bitches, that's my fucking problem. And yeah, I like the fuck, I got a fucking problem.
Find somebody real is a fucking problem. Bring your girl to the crib, maybe we can solve. Oh, I know you love it when this beat is on. Make me think about all of the niggas you been leading on. Make me think about all of the rappers I've been feeding on. Got a feeling that's the same dudes that we speaking on. Oh, word, ain't heard my album, who you sleeping on? You print the lyrics out and have a fucking read along. Ain't a fucking sing along, that you brought the weed along. And just drop down and get your eagle on. Oh, we can stare back the songs and put the Beatles on. All the shit you talking about is not up for discussion. I will pay to make it bigger. I don't pay for no reduction. If it's coming from a nigga, I don't know, then I don't trust it. If you coming from my head, then motherfucker get the bustin'. Yes, Lord. I don't really say this often, but this long dick nigga ain't for the long talking, I beast.
I love bad bitches, that's my fucking problem. And yeah, I like the fuck, I got a fucking problem. I love bad bitches, that's my fucking problem. And yeah, I like the fuck, I got a fucking problem. I love bad bitches, that's my fucking problem. And yeah, I like the fuck, I got a fucking problem.
Find somebody real is your fucking problem. Bring your girl to the crib, maybe we can solve it.
Yeah, ho, this the finale. My pep talk turned into a pep rally. Say she from the hood, but she live inside the valley now. Vacate in Atlanta, then she going back to Cali. Got your girl on my line, world on my line. The irony, I fuck 'em at the same one time. She eyeing me like a nigga don't exist. Girl, I know you want this. Girl, I'm Kendrick Lamar, aka business to me just a car. That mean your friends is me be up to posse. My standards are pampered by threesomes tomorrow. Kill them all, dead bodies in the hallway. Don't get involved, listen what the crystal ball say. Halle, Mary, hallelujah, holla back, I'll do ya. Peace.
I love bad bitches, that's my fucking problem. And yeah, I like the fuck, I got a fucking problem. I love bad bitches, that's my fucking problem. And yeah, I like the fuck, I got a fucking problem. I love bad bitches, that's my fucking problem. And yeah, I like the fuck, I got a fucking problem.
Find somebody real is your fucking problem. Bring your girl to the crib, maybe we can solve it. Hey.
Meet a future mom, a first-time mom, and a seasoned pro. This
Yeah, check this out, my niggas. What's up? So a lot of niggas out here, they got a lot of shit to motherfucking say, yeah. But when the niggas bring it to them niggas, what's up? They can't stand up for what they motherfucking saying. Nah, I ain't say that, he said that. If you got something to say, my nigga, stand up for what you saying, my nigga. Yeah, I said
you don't like what I'm saying, then bucks. Swing when you see me, we can throw them hands up. You ain't know this nigga, I don't give a fuck. If I said it, then I meant it. And what fuck, nigga? You don't wanna see the trigger, man. Bucks hit you and your man man's up, make it hard for niggas to stand up. Tell your crew they don't want it with us, dude. If the motherfuckers do, bust a motherfucking move.
You got an alligator mouth and a hummingbird ass. Your mouth write checks that your ass can't cash. 145 and I'm out of your weight class.
You better scramble like eggs and break ass.
Cause I know how to handle your fake ass. I'ma ride on you and hide your yesterday's trash.
Pull up in the Chevy, spraying rounds through the glass. Till you're laying face down in the grass and I laugh. Hi, that's the end of the top. The end of the problem.
Nigga, man, some holler.
Go lay up with a model and watch the news tomorrow. That's the end, checkmate.
Game over, I'll holler.
Man, I'm telling you, partner, you don't know what you're doing. Don't recognize the trouble you're getting into and you ruin. And dig this, man. I spent my childhood in a wild hood.
And all the extra shit you talking, yeah, it sound good. But make it understood, you gon' have to show me. I'm an OG, you wanna overthrow me.
Stand up. You don't like what I'm saying, then buck. Swing when you see me, we can throw them hands up. Stand up. If you ain't notice, nigga, I don't give a fuck. If I said it, then I meant it. And what, fuck, nigga? Stand up. You don't wanna see the trigger man bumps, hit you and your man's up, make it hard for niggas to stand up. Tell your crew they don't want it with us, dude. If the motherfuckers do, bust a motherfucking move. Stand up.
You got to hit the day to marry this young nigga.
Chris on special thug way.
Do you promise to love and respect all of the real niggas? And when the problem comes, learn to deal with them. Do you swear to turn the chopper on any motherfucker in your path when they bitch that's trying to stop you? And do you promise to keep them handy? You know handy to nobody except family. Keep them cocked and loaded and don't show them to nobody unless somebody who want them in his body. You love and cherish him from his trigger to his bear, from the bottom of your heart to the death. Do you fucking part? Do you understand to live the life by Mr. Shady Soul? The Lord knows you gon' die by him. I know you heard guns, swords by John Wayne and Billy Kid. Shit,
All the motherfuckers did.
and did you know that every other bitch for the Wild Wild West handle dying from hollow points to their fucking chest? Cause they ain't never seen a carbine, a Mini 14, or Tommy gun with 100 round fucking stand.
You don't like what I'm saying, then buck. Swing when you see me, we can throw them hands up. Stand up. If you ain't notice, nigga, I don't give a fuck. If I said it, then I meant it. And what, fuck, nigga? Stand up. You don't wanna see the trigger man bumps, hit you and your man's up, make it hard for the niggas to stand up. Tell your crew they don't want it with us, dude. If the motherfuckers do, bust a motherfucking move. Stand up.
Sounds alright now tonight. Only way I die first, gotta kill me in this verse. Weezy F, middle finger to life. So nothing seemed critical in the hood, I'm typical. Yeah, I'm feeling good and spiritual. Killing hoods, the shit up out my kitchen, I'm pitching it, it's really good. Smoking, drinking, I'm like a fish, and I probably shit on your bitch. Probably piss on the lips, and she probably give you a kiss. Nasty, highly gold plastic. Polly with a nigga, probably rob the same bastard. Ask him, we don't give a fuck about a casket. Niggas is murder cabbage, niggas is murder habit. 12 years old, I jumped off the pot. I started selling rock right after I got shot. I had to hold my weight down. Pussy nigga stand up or lay down.
Stand up. You don't like what I'm saying, then buck. Swing when you see me, we can throw them hands up. Stand up. If you ain't notice, nigga, I don't give a fuck. If I said it, then I meant it. And what, fuck, nigga? Stand up. You don't wanna see the trigger man bumps, hit you and your man's up, make it hard for niggas to stand up. Tell your crew they don't want it with us, dude. If the motherfuckers do, bust a motherfucking move. Stand up.
Hold on, y'all. I normally do have Rick Ross in my lineup. Riri, I normally do have Rick Ross in my lineup, but not this time. Hold on. The baby's coming in. Y'all better get y'all butt out here. Get out here. Get y'all butt out here. Get out. These kids invade. My bad, y'all. Hold on.
What we have here is a man of no fear. I've been everywhere but the liquor shit. I've seen everything but the wind. I've been there. And I'ma be here. You don't wanna say it like that. Yeah. You on the first drop based on the true story. A lot of out of town niggas wasn't checking for me. Around the time I drop double, you die. Niggas like, hold up, that nigga hot. One of the bigs for 50 grand shot. 15 nigga bigs ain't ball. And they damn nigga like me. Listen to them testify
because what they try to be.
the
some shit that I be on.
I wrote the book and stuff.
Just because.
I can't forget about that haters.
Hey, I probably would have never made it on the realest. You ain't heard about me, don't come around me, acting like you don't know. Who's that move whenever I say go? Cause you know that I'm the realest.
They say I was too urban for them. Rock baby, I'm a thug and want their ass up. The white boys want to listen to it. And if one alone for that, poppers on my ringtone. Hold on, y'all straight, but I ain't.
It's time to renegotiate.
He came through holiday when he got the talk to stop.
We talk the talk. Hey.
My first day with better beat. All three for the street came together, made history.
Ain't heard about me, don't come around me, acting like you don't know.
No way.
Nigga, I'm the realest.
The lonely line. Said I'm thinking about the time. Bitch, stop lying. Side, nigga,
I'm just in my prime and I'm getting better and better and better every time.
And now go
Toe to toe, whatever time dick and joke, y'all better let them know.
I'm in a league of my own.
Y'all better leave me alone, boy, I'm in that zone.
And they talk about you. I'd rather book all the Ghost Riders and walk off with both titles. And I don't see this. I just want a clear understanding so you know why I stand.
I'm the realest. You ain't heard about me, don't come around me, acting like you don't know. But we enough reading about it. Hey.
Is a man with no fear, no fear.
It wouldn't be right if I ain't closed out with that damn trick. That 305 Florida, bitch. That. Bitches be mad about Florida. But guess what? It don't even matter, bitch. Bitches like me laugh at bitches from other places. So, bitch, I'm in the sun, ho. I'm the realest. Who's that move whenever I say go? Put all the oranges, palm trees in the motherfucking chat, nigga. 305 Richmond Heights, all that shit. Put all that shit up in the motherfucking chat, bitch. Don't fucking play with us, bitch. Don't fucking play. What's up, y'all? What's up? I'm done. I'm hyped. What's up? What's going on? I am excited, but I have to say some things. We got to talk about some shit. And, we got to get into some shit right quick. It's some shit that happened. I just have to express myself real quick. Hold on. Because I was moving my head and shit. I was in this bitch doing this shit. So I was sitting up in here cutting the fuck up. Especially when that trick came on. Y'all know nothing about that trick. Y'all know nothing about that the realest shit. Y'all sleep on that. Yeah, that's that old. That ain't even old trick. But that's before trick completely like just, Hold on, y'all. Let me get my shit right. Yes, y'all come on in. Let me go ahead and do my disclaimer. Come on in. Y'all make sure y'all like, subscribe, share the live. Thanks everybody who has shared the live. Thanks to everyone who came through. I appreciate everybody. And there were some adjustments that I made. I did take some wrenches. The only reason why I did is because number one, it was just too many. You know what I'm saying? It was just too many. And it was too many people with wrenches. And my channel is not that big. Like I'm still a baby channel. You feel me? So I really don't need that many motherfucking moderators. You know what I'm saying? I just really don't. Like in reality. Like I don't need 40 moderators. Why do I have 40 moderators?
That's a lot, right? Just no, that's too much. I'm not trying to have an overextensive amount of moderators when I'm only I got about 30 people who come to my chat on a normal day-to-day basis. You know what I'm saying? When I do go live. I don't need that many moderators, and I just had to do that. That's number one. So there are some people that came in and probably realized their rent was gone. And that was by accident. Some people were by accident because I'm trying to take some takes, and I might have made a mistake. But as the day progressed, as the live progressed, if I see somebody that I missed, I will get them back their rent. Like Mo Boogie, I did that by accident. Daquan, I did that by accident. Um, um, so let me get into a couple other things too. You know what I'm saying? Oh well, one, if you are a content creator, and this is just we both have a rapport with each other. I moderate your shit, you moderate my shit. We'll both have wrenches, and I don't have an issue with that. Other than that, mainly it'll be just subscribers and people who support me that have wrenches in my check. You know what I'm saying? I really don't see the need to have a lot of moderators. It's just stupid and pointless. Might as well create a havoc then, a shitstorm, and I'm not trying to have a shitstorm in here. Um, you know, Thank you. I appreciate, and I hope that what I'm saying doesn't offend anybody. I'm not trying to do this to offend anybody. It's just something that I think that I needed to do for my channel, and I hope that people still come and support, regardless of who rich it was that I took. Because it wasn't nothing personal. This is all business. What I'm about to speak on is all business. Okay, y'all. It's how I feel about my channel, my look, how I want my look to look moving into YouTube and doing my content, how I want my chat rooms to be handled and shit. It's just a certain level of it's certain things that I want done. You know what I'm saying? So I minimize my moderators, right? Okay. Secondly, and I will be asking this person to come up. I'm not sure if she can. This was random as fuck. It wasn't random, but it was just something that was on my mind, and I didn't have the time to go to her personally and speak about it. So I'm gonna go ahead and do it on my platform, which is still a small platform, but I'm still gonna speak about it here because I didn't actually have the time to go to that person. I do believe if I have something to speak about or something to say, that I should go to that person. But since I couldn't do that, I'm gonna go ahead and invite her here, and hopefully, I mean, it doesn't matter. Really doesn't matter. It's already done. The damage has been done. It's not that serious, really, to be honest. But I just want to share my thoughts about it, if that's all right. You know what I'm saying? If that's all right, I'm not here to really drag nobody. Well, not this person in particularly. I'm finna drag somebody, but it ain't finna be her. And yeah. So I know y'all seen recently that Jazzy shared a couple screenshots of my live of my chat room, and give me one second. Y'all give me 1 second. My baby is interrupting me now. Give me 1 second. Oh my God, yo. My kids are just, they're not, my kids don't come with no rules and no regulations and shit. Period. Okay, so where did I leave off at? Okay. So here's the thing, right? Hey Diva, hey everybody, hey Lady Law, thanks everybody for coming. Let me retract my thoughts again. So Jazzy shared some screenshots, which me and Jazzy have always had we've always been cool. Jazzy could have hit me up privately about that. This is what I'm gonna say, right? This is what I'm gonna say. Like, I created my chat room. Like, the whole reason why we was even talking and open like that day in the chat room is because I even opened up the live saying that that my chat room should be a no judgment free zone. Y'all already know how I give it up. I tell y'all that normally when we having discussions about certain things, I tell you guys that, especially about relationships or sex, because I don't want you guys to feel afraid to speak your mind and be honest about some things. You know what I'm saying? So I try to create an environment that isn't so judgmental. You know what I'm saying? So when we talking about things like relationship, sex, whatever it is, we can get into like real deep into our shit, and then nobody got to feel uncomfortable about it, or ain't nobody got to worry about it being talked about later. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the whole thing about that. So the only thing I'm gonna say about that whole shit, which again, like I already told Jake Banger that that wasn't something that I had expected. I didn't think that was gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? So, I just apologize. It was small, but it is, first of all, what's going on between Jazzy and Cynthia Rose ain't got shit to do with me. All right? Nothing. Not one goddamn thing. That's number one. Two, I get that you're trying to make a point, Jazzy. I do get that. I get that that point has nothing to do with me. I understand that whatever y'all beef is, it goes past me. And that's understood. That's understandable. But businessly, that kind of put that, I mean, my channel is a baby channel. You can say whatever you want about my channel. It's small, it's growing, it's getting there. You can say whatever you want, but it's trying to get to a certain level. I'm trying to grow it to get to a certain point. And you know what I'm saying? Just businessly, I just wish that Jazzy would have reached out to me privately about the screenshots, because I would have told her privately that I was uncomfortable with that. And I would explain to her why. And why I was uncomfortable, why I would have been, was uncomfortable when I saw it, was because I literally on that same live, in the beginning of the live, expressed to people how this, we're not going to judge people for their answers and how they feel about certain things. We're gonna dig deep and dialogue about some of these topics, about cheating, about just different aspects of relationships. And I just think that it's fucked up that, you know what I'm saying, that was used that way. And I know that I don't think that Jazzy's intention was to fuck anything up that I had going on or nothing like that. I just think that, because she got her shit going on, I think she can only see that. You know what I'm saying? I don't think she's understanding that kind of created a little bit of, well, not really, not even havoc, but you know what I'm saying? I don't know how that would make my subscribers feel now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know some of you guys don't agree and don't per se like Jazzy. So some of you guys might feel like, hey, I can't type in here like that because even though you cool with Jazzy, you got her in here screenshotting your chest. So I just want to make it very publicly clear that I'm not okay with that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not necessarily, I'm not beefing with her. It's not an issue. I'm not fucking upset. I'm not drawn out and devastated by it. But I just don't, I don't think that it was a good idea to use my chat without asking me, like at least giving me the heads up. I didn't know about it. I found out just like everybody else. And me and her have had some type of rapport. She knows how to reach out to me on Instagram. We've reached out to each other before about certain things. So she could have easily reached out to me. You know what I'm saying? She could have easily spoke to me and said, "Hey, listen, I see this and I need this. Can I use this?" You know what I'm saying? And even if I would have been like, even if she would explain why, and I told her if I was uncomfortable with it, whatever, and she's like, well, you know what, I want to try to, even if there was some type of benefit to it, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just wouldn't agree. I still wouldn't agree with it because it's putting one of my subscribers and how they feel at risk when I'm trying to create an environment. It just all contradicts what I'm trying to do. That's all. So businessly, it just kind of put a little nudge there. But it ain't that serious. You know what I'm saying? I'm not like, I'm not upset. You know what I'm saying? I'm not devastated. I'm not finna make 17 lives. Y'all already know how I give it up. I'm not doing that. I'm going to drop the link for Jazzy, just in case she's listening. She may want to hit the link. I'm inviting her up because if she wants to expound on it, she can. You know what I'm saying? She's more than welcome here. You know, I'm not finna make it. I'm not finna just make this like no big thing. You know what I'm saying? But I do want to express how I feel about it. And I haven't been able to hit her link because every time I catch her live is either with her kids or at a later time. I either catch a replay or I'm never there on time. Like I'm never there when she's actually live. You know what I'm saying? So I'm dropping a link. That's for Jazzy if she wants to come up. If she wants to expound, if she has a problem with something that I said, she can come up and, say whatever's on her mind. But I didn't want to have shit to do with it. So it kind of looks like I'm being, from the outside looking in, it looks like I'm being dragged into the shit. Shit. That's just what it looked like. That's my opinion. Now I could be wrong, but I don't want to be dragged into something that has nothing to do with me. One, and I don't want my I don't know who this is, but let Diet rock into otherwise. Okay, here she go, y'all. Hold on, let me make sure this is her. Cause we've been getting porn bombed like a motherfucker on YouTube. I don't know about y'all, but we have been getting bombed, y'all. Shit, little Peter Whackers been popping up on the screen. Hold on. Let me just put this up. This is where, yeah, this works.
What's going on?
Ain't nothing going on, Jazzy. I was just saying that.
Okay, so why am I getting a message saying that you're upset because I showed comments on a public forum, right? Because YouTube is a public forum, right? It's a public place. So you're upset that I showed text from your chat that really ain't got nothing to do with you. You weren't the subject or topic of discussion. No. I just took somebody sent me some screenshots from your public chat, and you have a problem that I showed it.
No, I don't have a problem.
Is that the message that I got? Is that what you ever talk about?
In the comments, did I ever say that I had a problem with Jazzy?
This is what I said. This is the message I was sent. So I'm just trying to confirm.
You have to listen before you ask.
Why would I have to listen before I ask? I received the message about what I said. I'm telling you what the message was that I received.
The message is incorrect because I never said I had a problem.
Okay.
I said that I'm expressing how I felt about it.
All right, because I don't understand why I'm summoned to a live about some comments that was in a public chat.
Hold on. Time out.
That's the message I got. Was I summoned here? Was there a link that was dropped here from me over some public comments on a public forum?
I asked you to come up because
all right then. All right, peace. Bye.
Okay, so when did I ever say that I had a problem with something that she said, y'all? She was listening, clearly. When did I say I had a problem? I never said I had a problem. I never was upset. I just said that I was uncomfortable with her sharing the chat because in that live, I specifically said, certain things, and I try to make people feel comfortable with speaking on things, which I get what she's saying, which this is what I wanted to do. I wanted to dialogue about it. She says that this is a public platform, and what you say out here, it's for everyone to grab. That's her concept, and she has all right to feel like that. But I'm telling you, because me and you, I thought me and her had some type of rapport, you know what I'm saying, that we can have a dialogue about it. You know what I'm saying? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I thought I spoke very clear English. So whatever message, whoever sent you the message and told you whatever, they're reiterating the wrong message to you, because that's incorrect. I never said I had a problem with you doing that. I said that I had wished you reached out to me privately, just like you've done anything else we've ever talked about, so I could disclose to you what was on my mind. That's what I said. And I would have told you that, look, I feel like this will put my chat at risk. You get what I'm saying? This will put my chat at risk if I'm talking about personal shit and they're putting their personal shit up, but you're sharing it. I don't have a problem with Jazzy referencing. I don't have a problem with nobody referencing my shit. Let me just make that very clear, because clearly we have some slow motherfuckers in the back. I don't have a problem with people using my shit, referencing my shit, or whatever the fuck. I don't give a fuck. But when we're talking about certain things and people are being open, people are trying to open themselves up to having the conversation and really getting into the discussions of their private life, their relationships, and shit that goes on in their private life, and they're willing to speak on it on a public, like you said, a public platform, and they're in an environment that doesn't judge, or it isn't really going to go nowhere. They feel secure there. Then when they see that same shit somewhere else, it kind of backfires on me. You don't see it that way because you're on the other side. And because you're not here to dialogue, and you just yelled and said I had a problem and didn't actually care. See, this is how I know that you're just full of shit. Like, you at the end of the day, you could have just had the dialogue. I'm not an aggressive person unless I have to be. We could have sat right here and just dialogued about it. I'm just being honest, y'all. Like, I never said, y'all with these motherfucking names, like, I never said that I had an issue with Jazzy or I had an issue with what she did. I just said that I didn't per se like it. That's what I said. I want people in the chat to tell me what did I ever say that? I'm just confused right now. I'm confused. My thing is, you're listening to someone tell you that I said I had a problem. Why don't you hear what I said for yourself so you can make your own dictation on what I said? Why are you listening to some? I would never do that. If someone told me, hey, Jazzy is going, or whoever, not just Jazzy, but whoever, anybody on YouTube is live about you, they have a problem with something you did, I'm gonna go listen to it for myself, right? I'm gonna go listen to it for myself and make my own indication on what they said. I'm not gonna take whatever I don't care how close me and that person is. I'm gonna go listen and hear. I'm gonna go listen and hear to what you're saying, what that person is saying, and make my own thoughts on it. But I never said I had an issue. I never said I had an issue. You know, listen. Thank you. I chat with who I want, because you know we both come out of her chat, so you understand exactly what I'm just trying to say. Like, I'm not sitting here with the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? I don't talk about a bitch. I'm just stating my opinion about which I didn't get a chance. My opportunity the other day, she went live. I was gonna hit her link, but I caught her live too late. I was gonna ask her for the link, and I was gonna hit her link, but I caught it too late. Right when I saw her live, she was just ending her live. So, you know, I would have very much, I I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what the issue is, you guys. I really don't. Um, if this spirals out of control and she decides to make 17 videos on it, I don't give a fuck. I will still be sitting over here looking pretty and doing my content and moving forward. I'm just making this known that I don't like that. I just didn't like that. I just would have rather you reach out to me. I don't have a problem. See, this is where comprehension skills tap in. I never said I had a problem. I said I didn't like that. I was uncomfortable with it. That's all. That's the only thing I said. I said I was uncomfortable with you sharing my screenshots because I'm trying to protect my subscribers, especially on nights when we're talking about deep things like relationships and sex. Yes, it's very important for me to protect my subscribers. And I get that you have some ongoing irrelevant ass beef that ain't got shit to do with me. It's really a played out old ass beef by this point, but it ain't got nothing to do with me. So of course it looks a little messy, you know. Um, it looked messy, and what I'm just not supposed to say something. That's what I'm saying. Like, I didn't disrespect her at no point in time. I never disrespected her. I never said, oh, she ain't shit. I never did all that. You know what I'm saying? Because it's unnecessary. You know what I'm saying? It's unnecessary for me to do all that. I felt like, you know, it was just an uncomfortable thing. You put me in an uncomfortable situation, Jazzy. That's it. Because my subscribers, you know, some people reached out to me. It was very uncomfortable. You don't know what I had to do after that. And that's what I mean. Sometimes people don't realize their consequences and what they'll do. I get that she thinks in her mind this is a public forum, and when you write something on YouTube, everyone can see it. It's free grabs. I get that concept, but that concept applies to people who you don't really respect their platform. I feel like, but if you respect my platform and me and you have a rapport and you cool with me or whatever, then just with a little bit of dignity and respect, you would come to me and ask me before you actually do that, right? I would. If it's something that is in Jazzy's chat that I want, I would ask her. I would ask her before I take it and use it. I would ask her before I used it. That's just out of respect. Even if it's something in her chat. Now, if it's somebody that I don't know, I don't have a rapport with, somebody who I've never. Oh, sorry, sis. Sorry. I fucked it up. Now let's see what she talking about. Cause see, me and her got she said sis said she was gonna read me. So let's see what this read gonna be about. Y'all. What's up, sis?
We can't even do the troll right now. I'm in a. We can't even pull off this whole my attempt. That's how you know that I'm not a very good troll. But I really, we can come back to the troll and all the nice and all the other things. But I apologize ahead of time and hello to the chat. Good evening, happy Sunday, and pardon my rupture that's about to happen. First off, we cannot do the troll right now and we can tell them what that was going to be.
That was clickbait, y'all. Me putting Bella saying Bella was gonna read me for Filth was part of the clickbait. I was lying. I was playing with y'all. She's actually gonna read my chart. She's gonna read me. She really is gonna read the fuck out of me. But it's not gonna be like that. Sorry, y'all.
That is a change. I'm a read, but it might not. We might not get to the chart.
Oh,
now we might not get to the chart. Hold on, let me get my. Can you hear me? Let me make sure that Eddie is ready. Now, hold on. Sorry, everybody for the noise. Now, before we can even move forward with that, I'm waiting to hear something from you. Go ahead and look at your phone. I'll wait. I expected to hear it on demand, but just like my other little sisters, I see that we're having a problem saying the words. What is it? You were right, right? Oh, I have to say it for you. So, real quick, it seems like she has already oh, you reading everything?
Yeah, I'm reading it. So, but that's a valid point. She says Nisa has my IG and DM me numerous of times. She also has my number. I don't have your number. Chick, don't play with me for your little friends. I don't have little friends. Don't ever summon me nowhere about some dumbass shit again. You want to go with me? You better make sure it ain't about some public comments in a public chat on a public forum. I can have an opinion about whatever I want about my shit. See, right there, that's where you fucked up at. I can have an opinion. I don't give a fuck how public YouTube is. YouTube don't belong to you, and YouTube don't belong to me, baby. At the end of the day, it's called respect. And just like you just said, I have a public like this is a public platform, and we could speak to each other, and we DM'd each other, right? Why you couldn't DM me when you wanted to use my chat room? Why didn't you feel like it was necessary to DM me to use my chat room? That's what I want to know. Like, I don't understand that. You made that point. You have my information. So why, if you have my information, why didn't you reach out to me? I don't see nothing wrong with what I'm saying. What's wrong with this lady?
There's nothing wrong with what you're saying here.
I get that. Hold on, sis. I'm sorry. I get that this is a public platform. And I get that I'm not the subject at hand. But when people start talking about what was being done, they're going to start talking about it. It's in my chat room. And what she's seeming to miss is that part. She's seeming to miss that it's me. I have to protect my platform. Like, I don't understand what she don't get about that. She has had multiple platforms. So why she can't understand what I'm talking about right now? I don't get it. It's like everybody in this everybody, all of y'all do this shit. All y'all throw rocks, and then when rocks get thrown back at y'all, y'all love to hide y'all hand. All of y'all do this shit. No one is exempt from that shit. All y'all do that shit. Like, that shit is sickening, bro. Like, how you can't understand what I'm saying right now? I'm trying to protect my chat room. The privacy and how people feel comfortable with typing in my chat, that's it. And the only thing I said was you could have reached out to me. That's it. You making that little comment into a community post? Really?
See, uh-oh.
This is crazy, yo. No, Majestic. She did not type in the chat. She did not nothing. You know what I'm saying? I don't have an issue with Jazzy. But Jazzy has to understand and take accountability and understand that, she played a mess. That was messy. If me and you cool and you have a way to contact me, why wouldn't you DM me and say, hey, I'm going to use your chat right quick. This is going to seem a little messy because what you did was messy. I don't give a fuck how public YouTube is, Jazzy. YouTube could be as public as a motherfucking bitch. It don't matter how public this bitch is. The point that it is that me and you have a rapport, and it's putting my chat room at risk by doing what you do, which I get that you don't get that part. But if me and you cool, and you know that what you're doing is coming out of my chat room, whether it's messy or not, why didn't you feel the need to just come talk to me about it? Just say, hey, I wanted to use your chat. What I'm asking and what I'm saying, it cannot be illogical. Because it's not like you're highlighting my chat on some positive shit. You know what I'm saying? You're not highlighting my chat on some, hey, look at this. Look at what they're talking about. You were highlighting my chat on some messy shit, bro. Let's cut the bullshit. Like, you was highlighting my chat on some messy ass. I don't know why the fuck you felt like doing that shit, but okay, you did the shit. And then now when I'm telling you that I was uncomfortable with it, which in your mind, this should be You should be remembering this, because I remember at one point in time she was explaining herself, not explaining, but expressing herself about how she felt about things
Okay.
with attack. So I don't understand how she's giving me that same energy when she didn't like it when it was given to her by other people.
Hold on, sis. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. Hi, living in my truth. How are you, dear? First off, you're being way too nice. I'll get the you were right later, okay? But you were warned that this was gonna happen, okay? First off, you're being way too freaking nice, okay? Because she was being fucking disrespectful and she doesn't have any regards for anybody's chat. She would have to start by having regard for her own. She wanted to obsess over someone else's husband, bitch, and you didn't care who you offended. The point was that Nisa was trying to make was you could have simply reached out on IG or asked her somehow. But what you did was you didn't care. Your need to humiliate and degrade Ashe by way of her husband and what he says in a chat room, she's saying compromise the privacy to a degree. She wants people to be able to speak freely and be transparent. You could have held off and waited to bust your fucking load, you miserable ass little bitch. Now, we ain't gonna be for play today. And you can hit the fucking link again, you naked mall rat. I was happy when you got your children back, but you did the same thing to me. Yeah, not too long ago. I asked you to stop bringing up my name respectfully in that intrinsic and ZX Max because you constantly have to paint yourself as a victim. You told me to suck your dick. First off, you can't ask me to handle you like a man when you can't even keep up with kids. That's number one. Okay? And you asked me, how did you lie on me? You told people I wanted your business after you told me you wanted to build with me. I told you I would give you lessons on astrology and whatever else you needed, and I'd be interested in doing that. When I came over there to offer you an olive branch, you took that email and made it like I want your non existent PPP loan functioning ass business. You've always been jealous of Nisa. Always. Your only reason for trying to be nice to her was to show that you didn't have a problem with her because of Buddy Lee. Let's keep it real because I called you out about it. She simply asked you to respect her platform. It's new, it's growing, it's thriving. And just because yours is in desecration, that's your own fucking fault. I don't care how many times you hit that battered woman, that community tab, and make it a big deal. Nobody wants to beef with you. We were happy for you.
Yeah. I mean, let me address this comment. It's not that serious. And I said that in the beginning.
Seriously,
Hold on, sis.
disrespectful.
Hold on. It isn't that serious. What? Because whoever that is either Jazzy or one of her supporters.
Yeah, it's her.
It isn't that serious. And I don't want to beef with Jazzy. How would y'all are psychotic. If I wanted to beef with Jazzy, I would have came up here and drug her by her motherfucking muffin top. I ain't do that yet.
Disrespectful.
So I don't understand what y'all talking about. This is light work. I'm asking for respect from woman to woman that you just reach out to me. That's it. Like, because there are times where I'm gonna have private, intimate discussions about certain things, and I don't want my chat being just thrown out there everywhere for messy shit. And if you're gonna do that, then just let me know. Put me up on game before you do it. You get what I'm saying? That's just a sign of respect, saying I respect you, I respect your platform, and I respect what you're trying to do. And what I'm trying to do is be messy, so I'm gonna give you one up. Here you go. This is what I'm trying to do. This is what it is. Here you go. What's so hard about that? It's so hard about that because none of you motherfuckers have respect. And all you motherfuckers up here, all the content creators in the sector act like fucking victims. All of them. All of them do the same shit. Cry when something happened to them, but can be the most devilish, evilest motherfuckers on this motherfucker, but be crying like a little bitch when somebody do something to them. That shit's crazy. So, no, it's never that serious. It's never that serious. I'm not that mad.
It is about the fact of how she came up here and was disrespectful.
I'm trying to figure out why she don't want to have the dialogue. She came up here. She said I summoned her, but
I
I
just
didn't summon her. I just said come hit the link.
uh,
Uh, because you can expound on whatever it is I could be missing. I'm sorry, sis. Go ahead.
no, it's not even about that. She never takes any sort of accountability. She's never culpable for anything. Just like she claims that she's always abused. You're always abused, and it's a pattern because you're a perpetual victim. That could have been an easy conversation between you and Nisa because she's always wished you well. Even
Always.
when people have been hard on you, she's
Yes.
always been very, very compassionate and sincere and looking at the other side of things. You didn't have to be that combative. Nobody came and told you anything. You're just a pressed hoe who needs to start doing something other than watching out for Ashe. Because at some point in time, the same way that she has struggles, you have struggles, you're going to have to take some of that time and figure out why you don't have a husband and you have a bunch of children that just got out of CPS custody. And I don't care if you don't like it. I don't care what you go live on, but you need to stop minding other people's business. Yes, China. You talking to Clem, but I'm a Capricorn too. Who else is a Capricorn? Oh, okay. Hey, what is it? Preach?
Yes, that's preach. What's up, preach? I told him to hold on because I know you
What's
was
going
talking.
on, Queens? What's going on? You know,
Like, what's up?
I usually don't interject on these things, especially when women are talking. But as you said before, you're trying to get your channel off the ground. This is not a good. It's not. That's not a good way to start. So I feel like you trying to iron things out in the beginning. I feel like that's progressive. You know what I mean? Because once you get the fuck shit started, the trolls come, and when the
That's
trolls
what I'm
come,
trying to prevent. That's what I'm trying to prevent. I'm not
when
trying
the
to have.
trolls come,
I know.
it's a wrap. Like I'm a troll, but I show my face. So I get it, and I see what you're trying to do, and but you just also have to understand that certain people don't have any desire for peace,
No, that's a
especially if their pages have already been infiltrated, and that's all they're just stuck in this loop of constantly defending themselves and then coming back at people, and then boom, boom. So if you got a clear topic, if you want to stay on that message, don't harp on certain shit for too long. If you try to reach out and they ain't fucking with you, then I know you from Florida, so we do down here. I got integrated into y'all shit. I'm from up north, so like I'm not and especially when I moved down here, like niggas like to fight down here, and so I get on the internet and you know people get to getting on my nerves, so I start calling niggas out, and nothing ever happens. I tell niggas the city I'm in. I give them the closest gas station. I'm not giving you my address. You could dox me if you want to. It's cool. But I mean, show up if you want to. But I'm just saying, like, I'm not worried about that. But I'm just saying, like, it's easy to get into the fuck shit.
hmm
But don't let it pollute your channel. Because once it pollutes your chat, no matter what you on here talking about, you could be talking, having a Sunday service,
Mhm.
literally reading the Bible. Trolls don't give a fuck. Most trolls are atheists. And I'm not saying nothing wrong with an atheist. I'm just saying certain people just don't have no limits. You know what I mean? So the fact that you're trying to nip it in the bud is good, but if you harp on it for too long, they gonna look at it as oh, this person talking shit now. I gotta talk shit back, and then you won't be able to get away from it.
That's true.
That's all I'm saying. I just learned. I learned the hard way that if the niggas that talk shit on YouTube ain't gonna do nothing, then most likely the women ain't gonna do nothing. That's just how it is.
Well, she gonna do something. She gonna go across the street and call Nisa and ask her to hold a hand to come across the street. That's about all she gonna do. And get on the Chinese bus
No
line
comment.
and with a sweated out weave with claymation all over her face, smelling like the worst bust down ever, just to go somewhere and get a few minutes of screen time and feel like she did something. But I mean, if that's what you call pulling up, broke bitch, by all means doing it. Okay? Do whatever you got to do. Go live, scream, and go galloping, because now you, I don't know if you ride in Dory around this bitch, okay? Because I don't know if you turn it into a fucking horse or you ride in Dory, but now the bitch is galloping. So maybe she'll pull up and park her little Dory across the street and ask you to walk her across the street before you beat her ass.
Oh God.
That's the type of time I'm on, because that was so disrespectful. And the purpose of us, or you, excuse me, this is your chat, clarifying anything is so that you don't have it polluted. Okay? So that it's not polluted, and that, it was friendly fire. That's all that was.
I get, and I listen. That was my whole thing. I thought if I came up here, and just expressed what it is that was on my mind, that she would understand. Because coming from one YouTuber from another, you should definitely understand what I mean. But I guess because she's the one who's committing the act, she don't understand what I'm saying. But I remember at one point in time, she felt this. Everyone at some point in time on YouTube is saying what I'm saying at some point in time with somebody. Like they didn't want their shit being used, or they didn't want in some kind of way their content being used or something. I just was saying that my chat was important for me, because my chats be lit, especially when we be talking about certain topics, and I don't want people just to be exploited like that out of my chat. And I get that it's public. If it's public, then let whoever needs to see his comment see it. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's just my thought. That's something else. But me, I get that, you trying to make a point, but you being messy and you dragging me in it. So at the end of the day, that's just where I'm gonna leave it at. The girl can make 1,700 community posts. She can make 1,700 lives. I don't give a fuck about her like that, because she clearly don't give a fuck about me. You know what I'm saying? Because if she did, she would have came in here with some respect, because I didn't disrespect her. Regardless of what somebody told her, regardless of what somebody said, I didn't disrespect her motherfucking ass. When she came in here, when I first started the live to talk about how I felt about it, I was very respectful. And I was actually holding back on really a lot of shit that I should be saying. You know what I'm saying? But I let the girl be great, because it's like she really got more. She got more shit to worry about than to be worried about YouTube. You know what I'm saying? YouTube and what's being happening on YouTube should be the last thing on her mind. You know what I'm saying? Period. It's not the first thing that's on my mind. I can tell you that. First thing that's on my mind is my kids, taking care of my family and my home. That's the first thing that's on my mind, right? It's definitely not YouTube. So I'm just saying, I don't know, but I'm done with that shit. You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't a summon. Let me just clear this up. I didn't summon her. I said I'm dropping the link for her. If she wants to come up, she can. If she can't, it's not that big of a deal. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't disrespecting her again, like I said, and I wasn't dragging her by her motherfucking mouth through these streets. I just wasn't. I wanted her to understand how I felt, sis. You know what I'm saying? I wanted her to understand where my mindset was at. Because if me and you have a rapport, then we should be able to speak like this, whether it's privately or live. You get what I'm saying?
No, you did the right thing, sweetheart, and I'm proud of you. And you don't change who you are, and you keep it positive.
And that's what I plan on doing.
And,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the other thing I would say is she's always a victim. Nobody wants smoke with her, because she is nothing but a hot air balloon. That's number one. Number two, she cannot tell you it's not about you when it's in your chat room. She did the same thing to me and told me it wasn't about me, but she had my name in her comments. So I let you lie, yeah, let you keep lying, all this stuff. You telling people you recorded me. I told you you could record me, but I got your ass too. All right. And you keep talking, I'm going to pop your ass hard, real hard. Okay. That's number one. Because you do a lot of flexing, bending, and talking shit, Jazzy. I want to like you. I have a level of compassion for you because you're a young single mom, but you are extremely unlikable. You are seriously disrespectful, and your jealousy and obsession holds no bounds. At some point, you need to own the fact that we are in 2022 And the only people who should be occupying your mind are the people closest to you. You taking this shit from 2019 before any of us even knew you or Ashe and bringing it into 2022. You should try using your time for the people who deserve it and earned it, like your children, not somebody else's husband, like you going to check them. You don't have a husband. We don't care about what you had in the past and all that stuff. We don't give a flying fuck. What you have is um, housing projects in hot ass South Kakalaki and a bunch of children running around there and no man to help you. So you need to stop worrying about what Ashe's doing and figure out how to get your shit together and stop worrying. Oh, we're just doing commentary. That's how you and I got into it initially. You called yourself doing commentary on me on something you didn't even know anything about. I didn't even know you, lady. You're rude and you're disrespectful. I forgave you for that. But now you're going on with Nisa. And that's not going to happen, like ever, on my watch. Ever. And you ruined our little clickbait troll. So, and we were in a really good mood. We had this plan, and this is just kind of stupid for you to do. You're all hyped up on anger all the time. Candy tried to tell you you should not be preparing your children's food with anger in your heart and cursing. You got nasty, and anything anybody tries to tell you. If you don't have, ZX tells you, don't put your kids up here. Protect them. No, 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 no. My kids are my assistants. No, no, they're not. They're children. They are children, Jazzy. And if you're not going to be a mother for them, then give them to somebody who will. Because all you're doing is being a generational curse. You don't
Hold on, sis. Hold on, sis. Hold on, sis. She's right. You're right, Jazzy. You're right. You're absolutely correct. The shit is dead. You're right. You didn't want, she says you don't say you don't want to summon, you don't want beef, but summon me somewhere when you know how to contact me. If that's the case, if I know how to contact you, then you were the one who strike first. Am I retarded or stupid or slow? You used my chat to be messy. So if you were going to use my chat to be messy, shouldn't have you been the one to contact me first? Why would I need to contact you? Because I'm making a live now expressing how I feel about what you already did publicly. And I'm doing it publicly. So what's the issue with that? Of course you didn't have the courtesy to reach out to me privately and let me know that you were going to use my chat. So why the fuck would I have to reach out to you privately about how I felt about what you did publicly? At that point, then I could be able to respond publicly because you didn't have the decency and respect, which you also know how to reach me. You didn't have the decency and respect to contact me before using my shit. So I'm lost here. I'm lost. How are you going to expect something from me that you didn't give to me?
That's the problem, and that's the entitlement. That's what you bank on.
I'm good on that. And yes, I took all the fairies' wrenches, and yours included, but y'all ain't the only people wrenches I took. I took a lot of people wrenches. I only kept people who actually donate to my platform and who actually are here every live. Some of these people who have wrenches aren't even here like that. Why would I let them keep wrenches? They don't even come like that. That's not personal. What I did was, everything that I did was business. It had nothing to do with it. And I hope that I don't have no issue with none of those ladies. I don't have an issue with Jazzy. But Jazzy wants to make it an issue because I came out and said something publicly when she didn't have the same respect to say something to me privately. That's dumb as fuck. Girl, you're living in a delusion. If you think that people are going to handle you like that. I don't know what world you live in, but you don't get to do shit impulsively and then say, oh, You could have reached out to me. No, you supposed to reach out to me first if you had any ounce of respect. And you knew you was using my shit to be messy. That's what you was supposed to do. I don't have to reach out to you. You use my shit first. The fuck are you talking about?
Well, remember, it's not about you, as she said.
Of course it's not about me. But you using my shit conveniently.
I'm being sarcastic.
Babe, I get it. I know. But she's still, it ain't about me, but she's able to use my shit though.
But then she also gave a response to Candy as to why she was using your stuff, and then she named your name. So excuse me. She says, "Well, this happened in Nisa's chat." Nobody likes to be put out there like that. You're basically talking about the sanctity or the of your chat, and you want people to feel like they can be transparent. At some point, yes, it's on a public platform. Okay, well, nobody is disputing that, but not everybody is going around trying to humiliate other people in their marriages and doing what she did. This is just girl code 101. What she did, like we talked about, this was a no, and you don't want to be wrapped up in it. It's uncomfortable. It's a no. Go stalk Jake somewhere else. Like, seriously, you already in that girl's business with the father of her children, and you gonna pay for that in the end, because the shit that you're doing, if that girl wanted to pull up on you or anything, I don't want to resort to violence, but she would have every right, because at the end of the day, as they say, that is that girl's child's family. So by extension, that's her family. They got a co-parent. You need to mind your business and worry about where are the fathers of your children. Like, and all of that, Nisa don't want anything you have. You don't have shit, period. You don't have anything.
No, I was just, all my Florida babies, I try to keep them close. You know what I'm saying? Because where we come from, we tear each other down. So on here, on this public platform, I definitely try to hold a special place in my heart for my Floridians. You know what I'm saying? And that's just me being honest. But right now, I don't know what the fuck she's on right now, but she tripping. And I ain't got nothing to do with that. Like, I'm not finna call to you and cater to your feelings and how you felt, because you didn't give a fuck about how I would feel by you putting up my chat. I don't understand how you thought that was just nothing to talk about. That's not a nothing burger. All right. You exploited my chat, whether it's a public platform or not. You didn't have the decency to come tell me first. And I'm bringing it to you publicly because you didn't bring it to me privately before doing it. That's how shit works. I don't owe you anything because you don't owe me anything. You clearly showed that by not contacting me before using my chat. You clearly showed that you don't owe me shit and you don't have no respect for nothing that I'm doing here. And you're barely here, but you're gonna use my shit and then wonder why I'm expressing myself about it later. Like the delusion, it's the delusional shit for me. It's the delusional shit for me. I can't, sis. It's very delusional.
It's not even that. It is that, I agree. But it is, and I agree with Clem. She's always like this. This isn't anything new. She's extremely disrespectful. And I warned you that
you did.
You heard the benefit of the doubt.
You did. She did. She did. And I kept telling her, no, Bella, I always had a soft spot for Jazzy. I never, even when I was with the Millennial Queens, and I'm not gonna bring up their name, but I'm just saying I was always one person that did not agree. You know how I felt about that shit. You know what I'm saying? I did not agree with a lot of the things that was happening. And I always just, I don't know. Whatever. Yeah, it don't matter to me. I don't give a fuck at this point.
That is very true when it comes to MQ3, because I remember pitching something to you guys for Jazzy, and it was before I even went over there to do an olive branch, and you were the only one out of the other two, and this is not to be disrespectful to them, that was interested in or showed any sort of empathy. And that's just the truth. You've always been very sweet. And I have a soft spot for her now. You know, I'm not from Florida, but I do understand what it's like to be, have a child at a young age. So I get it. But the problem is that she's not going to come over here and disrespect you. That's the problem that I'm having. I was happy for her a couple weeks ago. Sent her a very, small cash out when she got the babies back. And I'm going to continue to root for her in a positive way. But what we're not going to do is not allow you to talk, get nasty, and then twist things and try to get in this victim stance. What you're going to do is get dog walked like you got dog walked the first time by me. But then I'm going to get real nasty with you. Okay? I'm not playing when it comes to Nisa. She wasn't being nasty to you. She was genuinely concerned for her chat. She likes to talk about out of the box topics. She likes to talk about in the box topics. She wants a comfort level in her chat. That is all she was asking you for. She wasn't saying she was even mad at you. That wasn't the type of energy that you needed to give her. But I know the type of disrespectful little bitch you are. Okay? And so if she don't want to say it, I will say it. You're just nasty. So I'm gonna give you the same type of energy.
Yeah, and when and whether it's in the box or out of the box, I just like talking about the box, and we can have those conversations over here.
Exactly.
And it's supposed to be a fun place. You see what I'm saying? That's how I feel. Cause like, you know, um, people look at Floridians like, oh, they slow, they talk funny and all this shit. They wear fucked up dreadlocks. So look, man, I'm from up north. I've been down here for a minute, and I ain't gonna lie, I adopted some of the ways. Like cause I didn't go into the suburbs when I moved into Florida. I ain't live in no nice place, bro. I lived in deep side Lauderhill, 56 and 16th. I was at 5638, man. Northwest 16th Street. Look it up. It used to be real rough. Now it's kind of a little bit better, but and now I live in Pompano, which is not the suburbs either. But it's not really. I mean, I got,
I
a
get
de-
what
I got a decent. I live in a decent spot, but it's still we got shootings in my neighborhood. You know what I mean? But see, down here, it's like we got a different type of vibe. We got a saying. It's like respect my mind. And that's really what it is. It's mostly about respect. It ain't really no gangs down here. Niggas don't bang for no colors or really no streets for that matter. You know what I mean? The most you'll see niggas click up is like in school. Like young niggas will go and fight each other at the mall or after pep rallies. You know what I'm talking about, these.
you.
But so we really don't come with the fuck shit because we know what come with that. You see what I'm saying?
I do.
And it just seemed like everybody else liked to do all that woofing and all that shit. So, like I said before, when I jumped on the internet, I found it strange, and I wanted to see if niggas was really about what they was talking about. 0% of them are 0%. Because I've talked to people behind this. I'm talking about men. I'm not talking about women. I just feel like what I'm saying is in context with what's going on because it could easily get messy, especially with girls. Well, not girls, women or females or whatever you want to identify as. It's 2022. I don't want to get caught slipping out here in this LGBT community streets. You know what I mean? But I'm just saying, like, just when it comes to principle, you know, her simply trying to resolve an issue possibly created another issue, which should show you right there how toxic it is in nature, just the internet in general. Because everybody's ready for the fuck shit as long as it's on the internet.
Yeah, we can
As
still.
long as it's on the internet, they're ready for the fuck shit. And I can't even lie. Jazzy did go to somebody's state, did go outside of somebody's house. She pulled up. She did. We're not going to take that away from her. We're not going to take away the fact that she actually pulled up. But her in her mind, she felt like the reason was valid. You know what I mean? Nobody trying to take that away from her. And the other party did not decide to engage. So I feel like that's a W. If you argue with somebody, you pull up, they don't fuck with you, then it's done. But if you look at like why it really happened and was it really necessary compared to every other thing that was going on, it was kind of almost like a waste of time and resources, you know. And like I said, I don't speak on women because I feel like that's y'all space. But I'm just saying, I'm comparing that to other times where I've talked to dudes behind the scenes about the drama. And once I found out the drama was really about nothing, then my question, then I would ask them like, so what was the point in the beginning? You could have just hit me and be like, hey, I want to do some clout chasing. You want to have a fake argument? I would have been like, all right, cool. You know what I mean? We give views to have a fake argument.
It was a
But
waste
see,
of time.
so if it's gonna be a game, then let it be a game, and let the people that want to play. But if it's gonna actually affect people's real lives, like I'm not down for that. I'm down for the fade. I'm willing to catch a fade. I'm always trying to do that because I got anger in me. I gotta resolve that. Maybe I should do more therapy.
Well, you
But
should stick around because we're going to be doing some things and talking about that in the chart. So maybe we can look at yours one day too.
no, I'm not. No, my ex girlfriend tried to do that. She tried to tell me my fifth house was getting renovated, so my spirit moved into the
Well,
third one,
I
and
don't
then the ten of hearts. I'm not.
know.
I'm
No, no, it's nothing like that. You'll have to
no.
stick around and
I'm
find.
not. No, I'm sorry. If it has anything to do with hearts or reading something, or if you can't tell me how to make $1 million without hurting nobody,
Oh, I can tell you how to make a million
or if you can't
dollars.
if you can't if you can't tell me what a bag is without something fucked up happening or without me sacrificing something, I'm not trying to hear it.
Hmm.
Go ahead. 504 girl, you could block them. I was just gonna time them out like a motherfucker. That's it. I was just gonna time them out, but you can block them. I'm talking about somebody in the chat. I'm sorry.
Okay, I was
Um,
going to say, yeah, I will say this. There's several things. And Jazzy,
And I'm sorry. I'm not knocking your spiritual
oh, no, no,
sight
I
because
don't.
I know that third eye. I know the third eye sees a lot. But see, I started off as a Christian, a devout Christian,
Uh-oh.
fasting and
I
praying for
do.
days at a time.
Mhm.
So when it comes to those practices, I'm not for it.
And I respect that. I was
Mm.
actually, I'm a Catholic, uh, but
Well,
what?
y'all worship gods and deities. That's different.
Okay, okay.
Y'all worship demigods.
Something different to so that we don't get off topic. So I'm gonna
yeah.
let you have that.
Oh, I'm not, no disrespect. I'm just saying I'm very knowledgeable. So if at any time you want to have
Okay.
the
So
conversation,
this
just
is
know it's
what we
gonna be
gonna do.
respectful. Just know it's gonna be
Um,
respectful.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
so this is what we're gonna do, sis. I'm gonna let you do your final word. I don't have anything else left to
Yeah.
say for
Say,
that.
you know,
I'm done with that. I said what I had to say. I think I spoke clear English when I said that I didn't have a problem with this young lady, that I just didn't like my chat being exploited, even if it's on a public platform, because of the type of conversations we were having and what I'm trying to build over here. But if you cared about what I was trying to build and you cared about what I'm doing, then you would have had enough respect to even feel me on that and say, oh, you know what? You probably could be right on that. I probably jumped too fast. My bad. And then I could have been like, you know what? I probably should have reached out to you. We could have came to some type of understanding, but you trying to be a victim first before even taking accountability. I can't get jiggy with motherfuckers like that. I take full accountability for anything and any part that I plan with anybody. I'm not too big and I ain't too woman enough and I'm damn sure enough ain't too pretty enough to take accountability for shit that I motherfucking do. I ain't walking around here wanting everybody to feel bad for me and playing the victim. That I'm not doing. All right. So I'm done with that. I want to move on to the reading.
yeah, let's do that.
Preach, do you have anything you want? I mean, I'm quite sure you don't have anything to add. But I don't want you to really be up here while she's doing my reading. I wanted to be more intimate.
Respect.
But listen, you can come back once she's done doing the reading.
I just came to support.
Whatever you hear her say that you might be interesting, you come back and comment on that.
No problem. I could either fall back to the backstage or I could drop down completely. How you want to do it?
Okay, if you want, you can stay backstage. You can stay backstage.
All right, yeah, just drop me down and yeah.
We can have a conversation on religion and some of the other things you were talking about in the future. I think those are good topics.
Damn, I think I kicked him out by accident. My bad. I pushed the wrong button, Preach. I didn't ban you. I just kicked you off. I pushed the wrong button.
Yeah.
I was just supposed to press remove, and I pushed kick. I'm sorry. My bad, boo. Just come back. Just come back. Just come back, Preach. and I'll leave you backstage. I'll just come back. But go ahead, sis.
V, you're funny. Real quick, since we are broaching the subject of astrology, and there's a few things, little Miss Know It All, who tried to say something about a very, I mean, it was very short, just really just going over a few things in Mr. Cannon, uh, GX's chart, and
Mm-hmm.
did a whole video on me. And was I trying to shade her? I don't have to shade you. If a hit dog will holler on its own. But since we are talking about this, there are more than a few things that she continues to get wrong because she's loud and wrong. So the first thing is this whole Venus and Scorpio thing she's always harping on. Venus and Scorpio is in fall. You got your Mars is in Libra. It's debilitated. That's why you need people to hold your hand when you go across the street, Jazzy. So you're gonna get some of this astro read tonight, and you can go on about your day. If you're gonna try to come over here with that old bullshit, then come correct. So I just wanted to, I've been meaning to tell her about that a long time ago. She's always going around Venus and Scorpio. Okay, but yours is in fall. Try to do better. And then another thing is, um, why are you so obsessed with it? That's not how you find a husband. So we're going to talk about why Nisa, you want to pull up the charts, Nisa, on your end?
Yeah, hold on.
And if anybody has any general questions, anything like that, we're going to read a little bit. We're going to talk about, what did you want to talk about first?
Hold on, sis. I'm trying to pull it up right now. Hold on. Because I didn't have it queued up like my dumb ass. Okay.
Dang, we had the perfect gifts and everything for a little troll.
Yeah, we did. We were trolling. That was clickbait. I would, it just got all crazy and distorted. But it was definitely clickbait, y'all. Hold on. Let me share my screen, y'all.
Nisa, I think you meant to keep it as a mod.
Who?
V.
I think I did.
I don't see her in blue.
Yeah, no, I think I told you there's some people who I forgot. There's some people I'm sorry, V. When I was cleaning out, I fucked around and pressed back too much. And I fucked around and cleared a lot of people's names out. I swear to God, I did not try to do that shit. But there's some people that I said if I see them, I will give them their wrench back. But you good now. I just didn't. It was a lot, sis, trying to figure out that rent shit. And again, I had more than 40 people as wrench holders. That's just too much. That's too much. My chat is not that big yet to have that many wrench holders. You get what I'm saying? So I just feel like that was a business move, and me speaking on my chat, just saying that I'm just not comfortable with that was also me. That was business. That wasn't personal. That wasn't for Jazzy to take that personal. You know what I'm saying? That was just me expressing how I felt about how the shit went down. That was it. Let me share my screen, y'all. Hold on.
You know, I think you did well.
I still didn't go in on her. You know what I'm saying? I'm leaving room for that because I want to save my energy for a time when it's really needed. I know when it's needed.
I feel like it's like fighting the community tab and listening to her screech and that weird little creepy dumb laugh, and there's no drag. She can't roast. So what is she gonna do? Just scream? I mean, whatever.
I'm done. I'm done though, sis. Like,
Yeah,
we're gonna get into this reading. After this, I don't want to talk about her no more. I've said what I had to say. She can make 12 posts on it, which she's doing it right now. I have unsubscribed. I'm not listening to that shit. Period.
Yeah.
When I deaf tone you, I deaf tone you. And that's just what I do. Now I came publicly because you did your shit publicly without no warning, none of that. And that's where I'm gonna leave it. Like, you don't like how I handled that? That's on you. I don't like how you handled my chat without without my consultation or without even coming to me. So I guess we both don't like something that we did to each other. So suck a titty, get over it, and we're gonna get to this motherfucking read, bitch.
I
That
really,
part. I'm
I
sorry.
think there's a small misunderstanding that has just unfortunately, and it really is something that you girls, maybe in the future, you can get past. But I know what I see, with that one. But let's move into this. This is going to be kind of quick because um, we don't want to bore everyone. And today we had a lot going on. But if anybody has any questions, um, Nisa, I think the biggest thing when I was looking over your charts, and I have a bunch of notes, but I cannot find them. I am so sorry, here. I think they're on my other computer. So,
Mm-hmm.
biggest thing is I looked. There were several things that stuck out in your chart to me. Um, One of the biggest things was to me your aspects for fame, your aspects for beauty, your aspects for bisexuality, and struggles. And this chart, which also highlighted your partner. I don't know how familiar many you are with astrology or predictive astrology. I am a professional astrologer, but I would say that I'm kind of more or less retired. I just teach people to know what they need to know. I don't teach them to know this so that they just rely on astrology because that would not be healthy. But take it into consideration and be your own alchemist. But I do have a knack for doing this, uh, clairvoyant, um, and just really being able to dig in. But Nisa knows that. So we decided to have some fun with her chart.
Yes.
And I want to go over your Jupiter.
Yes. Let's talk about it.
So if you could go to the Nava. Oh, hold on. Go to go to your Rashi sidereal, please. Go to slide 3. And I'm not. I'm going to go over what I have, but if you can pull that up, that and just let me know that you're there. So
I'm there. I got it. I
so
got it. I got it on the screen too, sis. I don't know if you can see that.
I'm not even looking big. I'm
But
just do it like if I'm doing corporate or just doing a workshop.
oh,
Okay.
okay. Okay. Okay.
Sorry. So the first thing why I've been so drawn to continuously looking at this um, is because in a woman's chart, Jupiter represents who her man or husband will be. In a man's chart, Venus represents the man's spouse or the characteristics of who he hopes to have. That's part of it. There are three other things that I would look at, or several other indicators. Put it that way. What makes Nisa's so special because it's actually true to form, at least where her life is currently. Now, if in the case of somebody bisexual um, or same sex, you would look at Venus on Venus, Jupiter on Jupiter. You could do those combinations. So I've also looked at that for Nisa. But the biggest indicator, and this is where women fail, and that's why I pointed that out about Jazzy and this Venus obsession, and that's where a lot of her people were doing is obsessed with Venus. And when you get that way, you overcompromise, and then you wonder why the man is on with someone else and he's given someone else because Jupiter is the man. So if you look here, where you see 23 degrees, you'll see H10, which is her 10th house, which would be her midhaven, and you'll see 1. Now, this is her Rashi chart, or in Vedic astrology, we call it the Rashi. Okay, this is her first natal chart, and it is in sidereal, it's not in tropical. And so, this is the most accurate when we're looking at a spouse. And Nisa's is in Aries. And I can tell you that in Nisa's real life, I call Bishop Junior. He is an Aries. Now, the person may not always have the actual sign, but they will have characteristics. This H10 or house 10 can tell Nisa how she will meet this person or go about how she'll meet this person. That's part of it. Or if you look on the tropical, you'll notice that this is in Taurus and Nisa is a Taurus or she's a Taurus on the cusp of Gemini. So this is actually working for Nisa. So a lot of women say, well, what do you mean? How Jupiter is my man. So how do I get this energy? So what that would specifically mean is you are channeling this number one, you're channeling Aries energy. So when I looked at your Atmakaraka, Nisa, which
Hmm.
is the biggest planet in your chart, I combined your tropical and your sidereal. And in this particular chart, your Rashi, your Atmakaraka is Mercury, but in your tropical, it is Mars. So that is really like your soul's desire. But then in your Darakaraka, which is your spouse, it is in Mars and it's in Aries yet again. So we still have this your husband who's or your partner, your fiance is showing up really strongly in your chart. So there would be other things that I would have to look at if you pull up your D9 chart. That's
Hmm.
5-4.
I got it.
Okay. Now you'll see that you have the sun in your seventh house. So if somebody comes to me and they want to know about marriage and if they will produce marriage, if marriage is possible, when they will get married, or about their spouse, this D9 chart, which is also in Vedic astrology, um, this would be the chart that we're also going to look at. And this is the chart that anybody who's 50 something years or older, or the second half of a person's life. This is going to tell you everything. So we would combine the chart number 3 that I just showed you with this chart, and we would do what's called the Upapada Lagna and start looking at finding, and then I would be able to tell you a lot more. Well, you know that we've kind of done this because that would take some time, um,
Yes.
about your spouse, about you. So, what I also found about you, going back to chart 3, is you had a lot of spicy energy.
Yeah.
To put it politely. I don't want to bore anybody with all of that, but you also are Mangla dosha. We talked about that and what that means, which you're 50%. I found some negative aspects here with the Moon Saturn aspect, and then you also had a negative one with going to your ascendant in your Navamsha chart. You had this Angaric yoga with Rahu, Mars, and Saturn, and you see that it's showing up in your eighth house, okay? And it is in Aquarius. So, what that means to you is that I would not mess with you, is what that meant for me. That was number one. And number two, it can cause problems with your spouses. So that's just a downside. And then there could have been a possible delay, but you have more things working for you in terms of marriage. Just meant that you could get married at a later time, which made sense. You getting married after your 28th birthday. So getting into, I also found your stripper career in your chart too. Yes,
Mm.
girl. So the nakshatras, we'll come back to
Hold on.
those.
So I have a question, sis. So that Rahu means.
Rahu and Ketu mean, and I'm sorry guys, Rahu is the north node and Ketu is the south node. Okay? But in Vedic astrology, it's Rahu and Ketu. One represents your soul's destiny, and the other represents your past and your past to healing. And then Chiron is in your chart as well. Chiron's in everyone's chart. So one is your soul's destiny, and that's on one opposite side of the lunar node, and the other one is your your past. So how that works when you're meeting someone, you can, if you went by astrology and you meet someone, someone will come to me and they will have the accurate birth time. We can do a lot without it, but for questions like this, I need an accurate birth time of both people and where you were born, that type of thing. Um, and then we would look to see if this is a life partnership, a true life partnership. We would
Okay.
also look for destiny's eye, is what I call it. Okay. And then we are also looking for a past life connection. You can actually tell those things. I gave an example. I actually gave this example on Jazzy's platform. One of these asteroids that we're going to be looking at, I have in my chart. But what happened in terms of transits is, I don't know how many people are familiar with Pan Am Flight 103 that blew up in 1988 over Lockerbie, Scotland. My family and I were supposed to be on that plane, and it was just by the last minute we weren't. When I looked into, we just did this about 2 years ago. When we looked at, I looked at my mom, my dad, my little brother at the time. My mom was pregnant with one of my sisters, and um, I was dead as a doorknob. Yeah, we all were. And it
Hmm.
was really interesting that transit, but this particular transit showed up, and it is often associated with, a lot of people say bad things. I choose to believe different, but that's not your strongest asteroid. Um, let's get into the I'll come back to your asteroids, but before we do your beauty, no, let's do that first. Capricorn on the ascending. Capricorn rising with this sun in Taurus,
Mm-hmm.
that was the first indicator. You also had what we like to call a Cinderella time or a Cinderella transit. So you are going to consistently, some people get a transit, you were born with it. You have Cinderella time in your transit with Venus being in trine with Chiron in your chart. That means that life can and will reward you with these opportunities where at some point you'll have a Cinderella moment. And it's like up to you, that moment in time. Like you'll have this fairy godmother type thing, and you'll just have this opportunity for luck. And this is very interesting because we have Princess Diana that has this. I think Kate Middleton has it. There's quite a few people that have these Cinderella transits. And then what happens is, if we link you, I'm gonna have to look at Pastor's chart and see if you guys have any linkages together. So that's the first one. So, but you're just lucky on your own. That's number one. Number two is, you had so much information, child. Hold on. Let me go back over here.
I want to go back to the part where it was talking about I had hands. I want
Well,
just in case the bitch wanna just in case bitch wanna try it. I can go ahead and rust these hands off, dust these hands off right quick, and show them what I'm talking about.
oh man,
I'm just being petty. Go ahead, sis. I'm sorry.
you actually had that in your D9 chart, and your Mars is in Scorpio. I don't know how many people know anything about Mars and Scorpio and sex, stamina, sex. Um, so Mars rules Aries and it rules Scorpio. And Scorpio's other ruler is Pluto. Scorpio, if you're messing with somebody that has their Mars, I'm not talking about their sun sign in Scorpio. You can get a lot going with the sun sign, but let's just say that person had their sun in Scorpio and their Mars in Scorpio or Aries. Holy shit. Holy cow. If you've ever had that experience, put a 1 in the chat. You'd have to look at somebody's chart. Well, Nisa had her Mars in Scorpio, and I was teasing her and telling her because she's so long and tall that I wouldn't want to mess with her. Mars is what we look at when we look at athletes. If you look at a lot of athletes, especially boxers, Mars is stamina. Mars is god of blood and war. Mars is passion. Mars is sex. Mars is stamina, baby. My Mars is an exaltation because it's in Capricorn. So, if you want to know what your Mars is, I can help you with that. And you can also tell by when someone is lacking in Mars, like when they have it in Libra. But then you can also look at, you know, you can also look at their D9 chart or their Rashi on the other side to see on the sidereal to see if that's actually correct. A good example of that is Michael Jordan's. But when you look in the Rashi or the D9, you see that his Mars is high functioning. So there's so much more because I hear so many people say, "Oh, that person's this and that." That literally means nothing. Your sun is just your sun sign. But we need to take back the blanket. Like if I have friends. I literally have friends. I have a friend, and you guys can laugh all you want. I don't think she'll mind because we tease her so much. She would go on these blind dates, and then she'll get the person's date of birth at dinner or whatever sometimes, and then want me to look at their Mars to see what they're working with an asteroid called
Oh my God.
because she wanted to know after, she's like me. She's a dickatarian.
Dickatarian, huh? You got to know what that dick be about. I get it. I get it. Got to know. We gotta know before we find out. We gotta know before we find out. I feel you.
Or dick hungry pig. I mean, you know what I am behind it. You know how I give it up outside of YouTube.
Oh God, that's hilarious though. Like, girl, I got his date of birth. Girl, look up his chart right quick, girl.
It would be like, look at his chart and what, because we had done this so much, and she said she's a dick hungry pig. She's like myself, and I mean, if so she's true to form, and so she's educated, all that great stuff. MBA.
She want to know that Mars was thriving.
Yes, she lives up there in Houston, and so she would say, "Girl, check out, look at his chart real quick." She always talks slow. She'll call from the bathroom, and I'm like, "What?" I'll be at the shop, nail shop or whatever, or in the office. And okay. So if we look at the phallus, if we look at the Mars, and if we look at Rahu, and then I put in some other indicators in their chart, I can tell you what a man is usually working with. Yeah, he might have a big one, but he doesn't know what he's doing, or he's, not working it right. And I can tell you what a female is working with. We can see who's gay. We can see who's on the DL. We can see what trade is like. These are things that we can kind of trajectory, like in your chart. I tracked you. Yes, I did. I tracked your bisexuality.
I know you did.
I did. So how we did that is, first off, there were a few indicators right off the bat. And then we're going to go into the fame real quick. There was so much more, but I don't want to bore everyone forever with this, but because some people may not, but I'm actually, I'm in my element with this, and I could literally go all night with this. So Nisa, your Mars is in Aquarius. Okay. So if anybody knows what Aquarius is, it is ruled mainly now by Saturn. Its co-ruler is Uranus. So I hear people say we're in the age of Aquarius. We're in the age of Aquarius. Anybody know what represents the pride community? It's Aquarius. That is true. It's represented by Uranus. So has anybody heard anybody bragging about Aquarius lately? I'll be quiet. So did anybody hear anybody referencing the age of Aquarius. Let
Mm-hmm.
me shut up. Let me shut up. Nikki, did you hear anybody, sweetheart, saying it? I thought I saw her in the chat. Miss Pope, you over
Yeah.
there, okay, girl? All right, you don't want to hear this one. So anyway, um, when we are talking about Aquarius, we are usually talking not Gemini is not the only one with the dual personality or dual like behavior. And Uranus is usually giving us all things out of the box. It's freedom. It does not like to be restricted whatsoever. What makes the bisexuality come into play is because Uranus is the freedom fighter, and Saturn, which rules great Capricorn and is the co-ruler to Aquarius, is the great restrictor. So you get a lot of DL activity when those two, or bisexuality, or just flat out gay. You have Venus hitting up, and I usually look at Cancer usually shows up. Aries usually is on display, especially with men. I look at that, and Aquarius. Does anybody know a man with an Aquarius moon around here? I'll shut up. Uh, I'm sorry, a Aries moon around here with a sun sign in Aquarius. I'll shut up. So, anyways, let me
I
stop.
don't even want to say that name. I don't even want to say that name. Go ahead, sis.
Gotta look at the chat real quick.
Oh, my God. Oh, I haven't even highlighted the chat. I've been in the chat, but I haven't highlighted it.
Um,
Yeah, I need you to get to the juicy part though, because Clem here and Clem do be in and out. Clem be in and out because she's on mommy duties. So say the juicy part so she can hear it, just in case
okay.
she
Okay.
leaves. I need her to hear that juicy part, sis.
When we're looking at the bisexual stuff or any sort of out of the box, we are looking at the sun. I usually look at Neptune, and I'm always looking at Uranus because 9 times out of 10, Uranus and Saturn, Venus, and the moon are always on display. And in yours, your Venus, I'm sorry, your Mars, because Mars, that's where the sex is at, okay? It is aspecting all almost all of those in a way that would highlight bisexuality. We also looked at, you and we looked at this before, but I also looked at lust. I put in the asteroid lust for you, and it was squaring Neptune, and also in conjunction with your ascendant, and it was applying an aspect. So what that means for you, and it is in Aries, and I already told you what Aries is all about, on the other side. So when I looked at your chart, your Mars is squaring your Sun, and that would be true to form, and it's also in a very, you also have some aspects here to Saturn. So that highlighted your bisexuality very clearly, very, very clearly.
So would you say that I'm more attracted to female or men, or would you say that that's like
When I looked at your chart, and I told you, I mean, you had so much opposition here. You do have a stellium in Capricorn, but you had so much opposition, and you do have Scorpio and Pluto. That also came out to play to show the bisexuality. But mostly, if I didn't know any better, I would just think you were a gay woman.
oh God? Okay.
You have a lot of aversion, not in a bad way, if you don't like men, but it almost feels like you rebel with men. You see what I'm saying? There's a nurturing part in here with you, with Venus in Cancer. And I looked at, oh my God, what else? Um, there's so much air energy here, Nisa. Um, in terms of where your Juno was at, your Mars. When I look at aspects like that, and then your Lilith is in the eighth house, that's a sign of beauty. That was another thing. Um, I wanted to get into your royal fixed stars, but we'll have to do that later. I got one millionaire as I got a millionaire aspect for you. That was another thing. Okay. Pluto opposite Jupiter. And then Neptune in trine with Jupiter. So those were, millionaire or billionaire aspects. You had some fame here, but you had a lot of sexual energy. You're nasty. Okay, you Floridian Jamba Juice drinking, 305 having,
Go ahead, go and get it out.
selling. What it?
Get it out. Get it out. Get it out. Get all your Florida frustration out right now. Get it out now. Get it out.
Yeah. So you had a lot of that going on. Clem, if your Pluto is in Scorpio, it is high functioning because Pluto rules Scorpio. It is the other co-ruler. Um, and if your Venus is in Scorpio, it is in fall, but that doesn't mean you don't have other aspects. And yes, it is, Daquan, it's a lot like geometry. It is geometry to a degree. Yes, it is. Um, Not all Aquarius are gay, but if they are in certain conjunctions or transits with other stuff, it could give us some gay energy or transits. It doesn't mean that that's necessarily true. You'd have to look at the whole picture. Does that make sense? But if
Yeah.
you're looking at somebody's chart, I know when I'm talking to a gay man or a gay woman. That's number one. And also I know when someone's hiding something that they don't want anyone to see.
Answer his question really quick before you get. That's not what she's saying, Daquan.
What about Libras? Ooh. Well,
Y'all ain't shit. Y'all ain't shit, Mr. Gibb. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's how I'm gonna leave it.
I see
Y'all ain't shit. Y'all come on over here.
they
You
try,
know Annie is a Libra.
trying to get us
Mr. Gibb is a Libra. Regis is a Libra. I have nothing but Libras in my fucking chat, sis. Literally.
okay. So in terms of Libras, where Libra is high functioning at in a chart is in the sixth house, um, and on the ascending. Anybody, I'll give you an example. I'll give you a couple examples. Libra, just like Taurus, is ruled, Mr. Gibb, by Venus. That is the planet of beauty. That is the planet of opulence. That is the planet of great riches. That is like, honey, we are rich and we are fabulous. And Libras are likable people by nature on their sun, and especially we get a lot of beauty when that Libra is ruling the ascendant. Case in point, Halle Berry, um, my daughter, my oldest child, she has Libra on the ascendant. Nisa, I would you say she's quite, striking and everything. Um, so Libra on the ascendant is really where Libra does best. If you look in Hollywood and you look at the first house, what is the ascendant or rising? That is in the first house. Libras are peacemakers. They are balanced energy in the right capacity. But for what you have to do is look at and see where Libra's at in your chart. Just because you are a Libra, what house is your Libra? Where's your house where your sun is at?
Hmm.
That's where you have to look. My son is in Capricorn in the ninth house. So what does that mean to you guys? Well, what that means is that for me, I'm always about education, number one. I'm a know it all by nature, but it also means that I am definitely into foreign transactions, travel, and all that other good stuff. In fact, my chart will tell you exactly about my partners, the type of people or men that I'm into, which are all, I'm not, according to new stuff, I'm not ADOS anyway, but the men that I've been involved with, my partners, have all been foreign born mostly, except one. So it'll tell you a lot about someone. So if we looked at Mr. Gibb, I bet we would see that even though he's a Libra in his sun, I'm almost going to guarantee you he has a strong Mars sign. I can already tell he has some water in his chart.
Mm.
Now, as far as Kim, I heard her say something about pansexuals. China, I heard you say something a while back about Scorpio we can get into. So, Clem, we would have to look at your chart. Nisa, I did look at the type of women you were into and the type of men. Now, here's something about you that I thought was really interesting. Um, your nemesis was trine Neptune. I thought that was really interesting because whether you know it or not, um, I got a bit of a dual personality here with you. Um, but I also got a feeling here that it almost feels like with you, you need to be very careful about hidden enemies, and you need to be careful about stalkers with nemesis. This
Yeah,
is
I've had issues with that, with stuff like that in the past before. So
this
I
is really
definitely.
strong in your chart.
Mhm.
Too strong, a little too strong. So it is in your eighth house, and it is in Virgo. And the eighth house is Mars's domain. Yeah. So it's hidden. Eighth house is the house of uh, taxes, sex, taboo, occultism. Um, it's it's where we get down and play, and it's in your house, so it may not be shown. So you really have to be careful with that. And it's in Virgo, so Virgo is the virgin. It's innocence. So be very careful with that. I only said it because I saw it and I thought, geez, you know, we need to be careful with that. You also had lust showing up real strong.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
you had Venus trining Mars, and you also had it trining your midhaven, your career. Excuse me, the 10th house, your midhaven, your MC, trining Venus and Mars and Mercury. So this said a lot about your career. And usually, when I see an aspect like this in BQing your sun, it is in I it's almost like this is in a some work in the adult industry of some sort, or stripping, dancing, work with the public. But this is sexy work where you had it, and with some of the asteroids, I put it came up very clear. So that came up in your chart. Um,
Hmm.
you know what else came up? We talked about, but that's not for this show. Some
No.
of your traumas that came up. But this fame stuff came up, like talking or working with the public on YouTube. Your
Mm.
house is ruled by Gemini. That's communications because it's ruled by Mercury. So, and it's in 15 degrees at that. So that came up. Your sixth house is all about communications. So you're very good at this if you decide to stay with it. And Venus is in conjunction there with, I'm sorry, Venus is in the sixth house. It's in Cancer. Mercury is there. You know, they're making a kind of a little bit of a square here. Um, but this is actually working out well for you versus working against you. There was a lot of, I put Cupido and Casanova and Apollo and Medusa in your chart. These are all considered, I know y'all like, what the hell is she talking about? Well, these are asteroids we look at for a variety of things, but we call them dark asteroids. They're not really dark asteroids, but Nisa, yet again, on your ascendant, with two of these asteroids, they were hitting up against Jupiter.
Okay.
Jupiter is our most, If anybody wants to know about money and Jupiter, let me know. I actually use this sometimes, like when I'm looking at my stocks and my crypto. I'll do a chart on the damn crypto or the stock to see how a stock. I did it with Roblex and I did it with AMD, and I'm glad that I did. Yes, I am. I did it with another stock too, but so that's what you can do. I can show you how to do that. Very easy. Um, you have again this kind of fate, this kind of rag to riches in your chart here, with Chiron touching several planets and also being in your sixth house. So, how you'll amass something or have this rags to riches like growth is going to be prevalent to your sixth house. Problem here is it's going to take a little while longer because you have several planets in retrograde. Yeah, four. So we talked about that.
Mm-hmm. We did.
Any questions from the chat? I feel like
I don't have any questions. I mean, so what did we learn? What did we learn? What
there's
did
a
we learn?
lot.
What did we learn about Nisa? Can you sum it all up? Can you just, in general terms, what did we pick? What did you spear out here? What was all of it for people who may not really get? Because there's a couple of people who's lost in translation because they're not really understanding exactly how you saying it. You know what I'm saying? I do, but some people may not. So just to give
Oh,
regular basic layman terms, what do you feel like people have learned about me based on what you said?
there's several things. You had quite a few planets because you have the stellium. Uh-oh, can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Because you have this stellium in Capricorn, um, you had quite a few planets that are at home. You had a lot of planets in 0 degrees, which represents purity and new beginnings.
Okay.
I can almost guarantee that there's been more times than not that you've had to start all over from the beginning.
Oh yeah, in my lifetime, yes, I've
Mhm.
had to start over a lot. That's been part of that's
Yes,
part of life. I've almost taken that in as part of life. You just and I'm always willing to start over
right.
because I've done it so many fucking times.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you had this asteroid that I like to look at when I'm looking at this called Prosperina. And what she was given was almost like she's been with you all this time. The interesting thing about your chart is what I was seeing was the struggle. So many struggles, dear girl.
Yeah. I
The
had to struggle to get to where I am now. I definitely had to.
I feel like part of what I'm seeing in summing, getting close to summing this up, is that the biggest thing I was concerned about, but we talked about that, was that moon and that sun and some of the squares that I saw going to it. I
Hmm.
say that to say that with those planets being in retrograde and what that means, and that you can, that actually could be a positive because Donald Trump, he has, I forgot, I think it's Saturn and several other planets in retrograde, and he became our president. You have so many things in opposition. The biggest thing is where I saw where you could benefit and you have this strong 10th house. Okay. I really do like looking at your 10th house because you have so many aspects to it. You had a lot of sexy and pretty energy. We got that. We got a beauty yoga in your chart. We can go over at another time. Um, we had a Lakshmi yoga in there, and we had a yoga that speaks to you're a diplomatic person. The biggest thing it was showing was that damn bisexuality in terms of the sex stuff. So when I was looking, I was like seeing what you were into, and I was like, okay,
That
I
makes sense.
yeah, I was looking at, and it looks like you didn't tell me this, but are you a titty lady? I was seeing some tit action going on here.
Yes, I am a little bit.
Pull out the cards and get my sex.
Girl, you trying to make me fall right out this goddamn chair. Yes,
Yeah.
I am a titty lady.
Okay.
I love me some nice
I just
titties. I'm actually very attracted to my own goddamn titties.
I
So I am very a titty. I don't know. I don't know what it is about titties.
yeah,
I love me some nice neck. Like I love all kind of titties. Hold on. I love all kind of titties, whether you're implanted or not. But the ones that I like are the ones that, after, they hang just a little bit, just a little bit, and they got a little softness to it.
mhm.
Let me not dig into it too much. But
Well,
I'm just saying I do love titties.
I know you want to dig into some titties. Is all I was looking, and I was seeing several things, and I'm gonna tell you what I saw. But I was even thinking of pulling out this. I have several sex decks, and then I have several pride or gay bisexual sex decks. And it's like, look, people, don't try to tell me, okay? But what I was seeing, Nisa, without being too explicit tonight, High
No,
Soul Warrior, High Daquan said, we're gonna read Daquan's ass next time. We're gonna
okay, we're gonna read his ass. You damn right.
read
Well,
his
yeah. We're
yeah,
gonna read his ass, yes.
his ass. Daquan, I got you. What I got with you was a lot of titties, and I even know you're a female, and this would have been about what you like, um, but or what if you were a guy, I would usually put this asteroid, but I put it for you without TMI or making you feel uncomfortable. I'm putting you on the spot with this one. I kind of saw that you know how to work the add-on very well, the phallus. You know what I'm talking about?
The dildo. Oh yeah, girl. If I if y'all could dig in my brain, y'all would run the fuck out. Let me just say this right now. Y'all would run out. Y'all would run for the hills. But I am on some pinky shit. I have strapped that motherfucking on and squatted in that pussy before. Don't even play with me. All right. I will do 20 squats in that pussy with the dildo on. Don't fucking play with me. All right. Nah, that's like on some shit like if the female's into that. But there's some females that aren't into it. But
Oh my God. Get the strap. Okay. The reason I was saying that is because
I got the thrust game on lock, y'all. I got the thrust game on lock. Move these hips now. It, go ahead. I'm sorry.
so because the reason I was saying that is because I was looking at phallus, which represents the asteroid for male penis, and I was getting a little, I wanted to be able to appease, with details today, and I noticed that phallus was in your fifth house. Um, if you look at the chart that I provided, but I noticed that it was in Gemini. So this is somebody, a man. If you look at the penis, because that's phallus, and Gemini being dual, hello bisexuality, and then it's in the fifth house, which is the house of flirtation, love, romance, dating, all that great stuff. Children represent the fifth house as well. And I thought, holy shit, she's a total, I'm just gonna say what I felt.
Yeah.
She's a whole nigga with this phallus, with this strap on, those dildos that Suge has up on his thingy where he took the time to pick them out.
Oh
So,
God.
um, sis, it was interesting to see it in Gemini, and then this phallus is again hitting up in your chart against Mars. So again, in Mars being in that Aquarian Uranus, we look at Uranus. So we have again this dualness, but it just showed like, holy cow, this girl's a whole nigga with this thing. Yeah. Um,
I am. I ain't gonna lie. The one a few times that I did use the strap on, I was crazy. I was crazy with it. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't even gonna lie. Um, I haven't. It just depends. But I think I've always had some type of attraction with women, even when I was younger. Um, you know what I'm saying? Like, not elementary, not that young. Like high school, ninth grade, eighth grade. 8th, ninth grade when you're getting into puberty. Um, I've always had this curiosity as a younger preteen, adolescent, whatever you want to call that age group. That I would look in women, like all the girls that was in high school, try to look in they under over their shirt if they had a provocative shirt on or something. I was always very um looky. And then looky turned into touching, and then touching turned into fondling, and then fondling turned into straight out just pinky XXX and XX world star type shit, some porn shit that turned into dildos and sex toys. But just I don't know how. I don't know how, but I will agree with you. I've always had a thing for women. Even when and it was a thing that I kept a secret for a long time. It wasn't something that I told anybody about. It wasn't something that I was open about. I didn't start being really open about my sexuality until I started dancing at the club. The club actually helped me pull that out of me. The strip club helped me be real with myself about that, and it helped me kind of like, girl, you ain't what the fuck. This is what you like. This is what it is. This is what it's gonna be. A lot of the strip club came with a lot of cons, but it also came with a lot of pros. It helped build my not necessarily my confidence, but I guess that would be confidence in my sexuality. So because confidence in me wasn't the issue, it was more so confidence in my sexuality, because that's why a lot of people do be down low, because they're scared of certain aspects of their life. I guess for me, I was just scared of, I guess, my family and a lot of other things that I thought maybe would affect, but come to find out it didn't, and I was good. You know what I'm saying? But I was, and that may not be the case for everybody. There's some people who may feel like they will lose out on things if they are open about their sexuality. But thank God that wasn't my case, and when I finally did decide to be open about it, I didn't give a fuck no more. You know what I'm saying? I live now without restrictions, and it is what it. Well, you know what I mean. As far as that, I'm not holding myself to no standard. This is what I like. I like both, and that's that. And that's just what I was. But I see why you saw the download, like not download, but you probably saw some
house. Your Lilith in the 8th house, and it is making certain aspects, especially with Lilith being in Virgo and being in the 8th house. It's hiding.
Yeah, it was hiding. It ain't hiding no more. But it hid for a long time. It hid all through high school. And I was very interested in females at the time. I just still am, but at the time it was my puberty. It was kicking in. It was like high intensity. It was crazy, and I didn't know how to deal with that. So I kept that to myself. A lot of that type of shit I kept to myself until, like I said, when I started dancing and working in the hustle and trying to, when you start having to become that, a dancer, a stripper, and living that lifestyle, you have to accept a lot of shit about yourself. So there was no way that was gonna hide anyway. I was not only was that happening, but I was in the environment with a lot of other gay women. So that wasn't gonna happen. Right. Somehow, some way, one of them heifers was gonna pull it out of me. You know what I mean?
Well, I would also say, you with having all of this Capricorn energy, remember Capricorn is ruled by Saturn and it wants to restrict. So, okay. And then being in the 12th house, like Uranus doesn't like to be restricted. It is dying to bust out. And that's one of the things that is in retrograde here. And it is in Capricorn. And it is feeling restricted. I cannot play. I cannot be who I am. But the interesting thing with it being in retrograde, that actually worked to your benefit, because when it's in retrograde, it's going back. It's not moving forward. It's not stationed. It's not direct. So that actually worked for you, because then at the time, it's not as high functioning as, well, it's not as high functioning as you would think if it was direct. So it sends all kind of messages all over the place. We have some opposition here. You and I talked about. We'll talk more about that and how to fix that. But I did see, like I saw a lot of tease energy. I had a lot of player energy in your chart. I did see a lot of that too now, niece.
I ain't a player. I just crush a lot.
There's a whole lot of crushing.
I just crush a lot. I'm sorry. Okay, go ahead.
There's a lot of that going on there, girl.
Yeah, I do. I ain't. In my past
Feel
before
bad.
where I am now, it was worse than that. But go ahead.
No. That I mean, I there's a lot. And Daquan, Aquarius isn't gay per se. It isn't. But what we're saying is that like Uranus, it represents this age of Aquarius because it is Aquarius energy. It is it rules Aquarius besides Saturn, but it is the freedom, and it helps people. It gives freedom to be who you want and to do what you want. And usually, when we're looking in a chart, anybody is going to be looking at Aquarius and Uranus. More times than not, Aquarius is at play. I have a cousin who I just love to pieces. He is the G in gay, and he is Aquarius. And
Mm.
but he is out and proud, and he will not let you tell him anything. But then you have Aquarius who are just men, so it's not to say every man is gay because they're Aquarius. But when we've got certain aspects, like some people have with an Aries moon and Aquarius, and then they're very hard on gay people, and then you look in the chart and you're like, oh my god, as they say.
And they got all this gay shit running around there. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Woo, the charts
Mm-hmm.
lie. So Aquarius men are not. Aquarius people are most of the times they can be well liked because they represent the hand to humanity. Harmony is what they're supposed to represent. The rainbow. That's not always the case. Um, so yeah, I wanted to say with this Venus and why I like the titty so much.
Look who's asking
Uh
about
oh.
Leo's child. We know about them Leos. I got a Leo running around here. That's a 2-year-old that's running my goddamn house right now.
Hold
All
on.
right.
Let me see who's asking about Leo.
Oh, Soul Warrior.
Oh, okay. Let's talk about Leos real quick. Now, real quick with you, Nisa. Let's wrap up this titty dating you. Now,
Yes.
remember a woman that's interested in another woman, because you're looking at Jupiter and you're looking at Venus because you like both. Jupiter for your man, Venus for your women, right? And
Yeah.
so what happened here is what is Venus? What I mean, what is yours is in Cancer. What is Cancer? Cancer is the moon, mother, maternal, big titties. My first husband, my older two, the older two, their father,
Mhm.
he was a Cancer and he was a big titty guy. Oh my goodness. And this is true to form why you like them big old titties because it's in Cancer. So when you're looking for your women, you're looking at Cancer. You're also looking for a stunt queen because your Juno is in Leo. So that's it's your destiny. That's what your soul is craving. It's part of this Juno, which happens to be in Leo. So you're looking for a stunt queen with big old titties, or a stunt man with a big old phallus. Yeah. Oh,
Okay.
I'm sorry. No, it's in Gemini. You're looking for a drama queen, someone who's going to take you to task, lots of arguing. Shut up, B, and then we're going to fuck
And
like.
then yeah, and then choke me lightly and smack me on my ass and tell me how I ain't shit while telling me also that this pussy is good. Yes. Yeah.
That's with Gemini. So I am. Now let's get to soul connection. Now, Nisa, you have a Leo moon. So you're a bit of a stunt queen too. Okay? So we're gonna call you out. And your moon is in the seventh house. which is actually a benefic from marriage. It's in the seventh house, Mother Moon. Um, and then your seventh house is guided and guarded by Cancer. So, because of the moon. But it is in Leo at 2 degrees. So you're receiving somewhat of a benefic. Now, what this means for you, and then we'll get to Saul's question, is that you like attention and it's like you're a celebrity wherever you go. So it makes sense in terms of work or previous work, and even probably what you do now. I bet a lot of people come to you. And I bet that at when you were working in a club, it probably didn't take long for you to rise to a level of fame. Having a Leo moon, just like having a Leo sun, it is an indicator and it can be one of fame because Leo has to stand out. It is the sun at all times and it will make itself known. So you got it going on in your seventh house. In terms of
Down.
oh man,
Down.
you had a lot of we'll get back into your Leo moon. Um now so um what's going on with Leo? What's going on with the sun is the better question because in any chart, even though Jupiter represents the husband, Nisa, pull up the first chart, your tropical chart,
Okay. Hold on. Give me 1 second.
please.
Thanks for my word.
Please pull it up.
I am. Hold on. I didn't share my screen. Did I stop? Yeah, I did. Hold on. Hold on. Sorry. I stopped sharing my screen. Where's my oh, there it is. Um you said the top one? Okay, it's right here.
So let's say that a woman was asking me if you were going to marry her. This is the chart I would use, but I would put in a question, and this is called Hurry astrology. This is ancient astrology. The first thing that I'm going to do is use a chart kind of like this, but use different settings in my software. The reason I bring this up is you'll see that the sun is over here in the fifth house, and it has here's the sun over here in 0 degrees. The sun in any woman's chart is representing male energy, and in any chart is male energy. So the sun, when women are looking, they're looking for you. So they're looking for the sun, and the sun rules Leo. So if I was to look at your chart and see that you had Leo in 25 or more degrees, really into like 27, 28, 29, I would be asking you, I'd be asked why you're not in Hollywood or something like that. The sun is one of the most benefic planets, and Leo is benefiting because it's ruled by it. And I would even say to some degree, even I mean the sun, which is Leo rules it. Um, if the sun is in like I believe what is it, 17 degrees of Mars, it combusts anything that it's touching. So any of these planets, like any of these planets that are in certain amount of degrees, the sun is going to absorb it. So that's how powerful your planet is it absorbs it. I give you an example, Oprah. She's born with what's called the right hand to God or the right hand to the king. Her Venus is completely combust the sun. So people say, well, why aren't you married? Why isn't Oprah's married? But then she has the blessing from being the right hand to the king. Well, the sun is combusting her Venus. One could argue if you really wanted to go by astrology.
Mm.
But the Leos, anytime, I mean, I don't care who it is. I have two sisters that are Leos. I've never not seen a lucky Leo. So we would definitely have to look at your chart because we're gonna have like a part 2 and people can ask questions and we'll be doing sexy, a lot of nasty stuff probably, right, Nisa?
Yeah, a lot of nasty stuff. Yes, a lot of nasty.
Nasty. But I in if a woman is looking at who her spouse is, if mine is in Mine is the sun, and it's in actually, yeah, it's in. I think no, yeah, it's in Leo. Yeah. So, and it can tell you a lot, but I have never not known anyone that is a Leo that doesn't have some sort of luck. They always come out winning because it is one of our more benefic planets. So I bet though you strike me as someone like a small business owner or something, having your own business or doing okay for yourself. I don't know. I'm not even looking at your chart, but that's what comes up. We'll have to take a look at that.
Yeah, we'll do something else where, if people have questions or whatever, I want to do I want to do a night where we hone in on the sexual energy, that part, and we dig deep and we talk about other people's stuff and answer questions. I did want to do that, but I know that takes a little bit more time and preparation. Um,
Yeah, Clem, real quick, I'm not surprised about your husband's makeup. We'd have to look at his Venus, Juno, Vertex, and both of your Rahu and Ketu. But I'm more interested, Clem, in looking at your sun. I'm sorry, I know your sun, but also looking at where your Mars and your Venus is, and your Moon and your Ascendant. I'm guessing you probably have some either air and water or air and fire combo, something like that going on there. Yes, you do. Daquan, we're going to put you on blast with that chart soon. Come on up here next time.
mm. She says she's a triple Capricorn.
You're a triple Capricorn as well? I am too. I'm a triple Capricorn, and then I'm a Capricorn with triple Sag in my sidereal. So
Mm.
and then I have in my D9 Rahu and Scorpio and what is it? My moon. So I've got all that stuff going. Let's see. Joe says I don't know none of this, but my rod.
Don't worry about it. I blocked them. That's a troll. I ain't finna play with that.
Did I just read that?
Yeah, you just read that. That's my fault because I highlighted it like a dumbass.
That was okay.
The Mars don't know, like, because that person is not really even being disrespectful, but it's derailment. So I went ahead and blocked them. But like stupid shit like this, like we clearly are talking about something, but you don't have nothing to add. But this is what you add, that you gonna shoot up the club when you get home. You
Oh,
ain't shit.
I thought he was
So,
talking about shoot up the club like Jack, playing.
no,
I
he
thought.
talking about like he talking about. I don't know about none of this, but my rod rising to, but my rod rising to shoot your club up before I go to my house. What the fuck?
I
Get
don't
your
know,
ass out of here.
some weird sexual stuff. That's what I thought. That's
Yeah,
why
that's what it was, but it was weird, and
he was
yeah,
trying to code it and it just came off.
it just was weird. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Try again, Mother Soga. Try again.
Um,
Um,
Clem, real quick, my Mars is in Capricorn and my Venus is in Pisces. They're both in exaltation, and my Mars is in the eighth house. So we will definitely be, and my Mars, my Moon, and my Mercury are all in the eighth house.
yeah, I know, eBay. He's talking about sex, but it's like, this ain't, come back when we talking about sex, when we talking about all kinds of shit. Like, nigga,
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying, sis. Soul is asking if he can talk to you offline, probably to get more information on this. But guys, submit your questions. She'll set it up, and you guys tell if you want like a.
but y'all could email me. My email is on my channel. If you go to my channel, my IG and my email, I don't have 80,000 emails for nothing. There's a reason, but that's my main email. This email that's on my channel. That's the main email that I use. If you guys want to reach out, or like if you guys want to do a show where she digs off into your chart specifically, it'll be one person at a time, and we could set it up. Like, so if she's down, she'll read your shit, and we could set up a show where she could read your shit.
Yeah,
I won't have anything to do with it. You know what I'm saying? That'll be between you and her. I'll pass the information on, and however y'all, communicate is how y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like because I understand that some people are uncomfortable with giving out their date of birth like that. But
back.
I'm just saying, that, you know, if he's comfortable with it, when you guys or whoever, like this be for whoever is interested, like Daquan, if he wants to know a little bit more, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying that's an opportunity for them, but I don't know.
Yeah, I would just say they can send me their chart. I can tell them how to pull it, and they can take their birth date stuff out. The other chart we can try to do is the Hurry chart,
Oh,
and
okay.
you can ask the questions. It will be a chart like this, and then I will answer the
Oh
question.
yeah. Oh
That
yeah. So you guys send anybody who wants it, just send me an email letting me know that you're interested. And I'll tell you, let you know, I'll give you the instructions. You go to wherever website you go to, you pull it out, you do your own thing, you black out your date of birth, and you send it back to us so we can read it and do a live about it.
Yeah, I can tell you the asteroids, and I can tell you how to get the free ones. I use an astrology software for the purposes of this. I use the software. You can pull it, so I can tell people how to do it. But it's up to you. But we'll definitely have to do this again, and really get into the charts. But really, what I saw with you was what those titties do. I don't know. In closing out. Too funny.
Okay, we could use that too. Clem.
Yes, so there is a thing as a double Libra. And I'm sorry, not Libra. Who? I need my glasses on. Leo.
Sorry, I pulled it up for you.
Yeah, that is a thing. And oh man, are you a double Leo? We're gonna have to talk about that.
We
Ooh,
gonna have to talk. Yeah, we're gonna have to talk. So
hold on, we about to
I'm
pull up.
just joking. But damn, double Leo?
Yeah. We definitely want to answer questions next time, and even if it's just getting in everybody, we can do some homework together, and I can show you how to find your millionaire or billionaire or money transits for money, what's holding you back if you're looking to get married or you're having issues or you want to find the right girl, that type of thing. What is your soul desiring? What is coming up? How you can use it to your benefit. It would be a blessing to do it. I'm happy to do it. So thanks for having me, sis.
Of course, of course. Thank you for coming. I know this takes a lot of energy. And I know that and I appreciate you for doing this and giving this service out to some people that are interested in it. Because this can actually help people. This can actually enlighten them a little bit on some of the things that they may not be seeing. You know what I'm saying? I know you
Yeah,
clarified a lot of shit for me. So
yes, Clem, I thank you, sis. I am really wanting to get in Clem's chart. I want to look at her sidereal chart and put in the same asteroids. Jake and Nikki, Jake, I would love to look at your chart. Hello, Miss Nikki. It's great to see you.
yeah,
Yes, it is.
thank you for coming, y'all. Thank you. Appreciate
Thank
that.
you for having me, sis. I'll talk to you in a few minutes. And it was nice meeting everybody.
Thank you, sis. Thank you. I'll hit you up. But yeah, y'all, we did our thing, y'all. We did our due deals. We did our due deals. Yes. So again, just to refresh, and I ain't going all the way back either. If you guys want to, thank you for coming by, so worry. I appreciate that. Thank you. If you guys want to know about how you can we can do probably like another show, right? And what you guys can do is just email me. And if you want Sis Bella to do maybe even just a soft reading, we can help you get your own reading and then you pull it up for us, your chart, just like what Clem says. She has her chart, she could pull it up for us. And you know, I'm interested in that. And I really want to focus in on the positive things. And so of course some of the shit that's fucking with you, but definitely a lot of the positive shit. Like I always want to keep this upbeat and fun and shit like that. Like if we're gonna do readings, I want to keep it fun, and I definitely want to focus on the sexual energy. I think that's the fun part about it, all of it. To me, yes, you do. Yes, you do. That's important. I mean, sis is raw. Bella can kind of like help. She can kind of almost hone in on it without the time, but it would be helpful so she can be very, very precise. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go roll me up a joint. Okay. And my next show, we'll have some more topics. I'm gonna come back in another couple of days. We're gonna talk about relationships. We're gonna do another panel about different topics about relationships and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Different topics. The last time we were talking about cheating, poly life, and shit like that. And then I'm gonna switch it up. We're gonna go a different route. Oh yes. Damn, you're right, Jake. What the fuck am I doing? In the quiet storm. I have to get ready for the quiet storm. I didn't forget. I didn't forget. I have to get ready for the quiet storm, you guys. Hey, Mr. Gibb. I'm fine ass. Anyway, so yeah, Nikki, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. I love me a little freaky little Scorpio. We're gonna fucking do it, okay? So I love you guys. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, do all that good shit. I love you guys. Thank you guys for all the cash apps, everyone who supported. I appreciate you guys. And I'll see you guys at the quiet storm or when I come back. Peace, y'all.